Hey, KOKOStern here. We're going to do a vlog. We haven't done a vlog in a very long time. I want to talk about something very specific. I'm going to try and push that point forward in as little time as possible because I want you to tell me what you think, and I want you to send this to anyone else who this might be relevant to because I want to hear multiple opinions about this. So, hi, I'm KOKOStern. I have a YouTube channel. I've been having a YouTube channel for a very long amount of time, and I've been doing a lot of different types of projects. I like doing a lot of different things. My core job is making video games. I'm a video game developer, I'm a designer, I've had multiple jobs doing that, and whenever I'm between big projects, I do a bunch of freelance work, which gives me more time to think about what other projects I want to do, small or big, and that is usually, sometimes I have a problem with focus, for example, for a while I wanted to do some, video essays, that's the name. Video essays about video games, just talking about them. And I have several of them on my channel, which I tremendously enjoyed doing, and I'm really, really proud of them, even though the editing isn't that great, which is my downfall pretty much, which is why I don't do that anymore, because editing is absolutely horrible for me and I suck at it. But I've done so many different things, and I always think about other things to do. One of the things that I've never really gotten into is doing streaming, just me playing some video games, doing variety streaming. It's what it's called on Twitch. And I want to talk to you about that today and ask your opinion about it. And I would very much appreciate it if you send it to other people who you know like Twitch and watch Twitch and are part of these communities of people and of streamers, and maybe even they put in money to these things, and they subscribe, and they have Twitch Prime, Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime memberships, and they donate money, and they care about these streamers, and that's part of their everyday life. I can tell you, first of all, that it is part of mine. I love Twitch, and I've been there since the very, very beginning, and this is part of it. I've been there with Twitch when it was Justin TV. In case you're unfamiliar with that, Twitch started as Justin TV, and then they saw the gaming was really, really big, so they started Twitch TV, and then Justin TV was like, okay, never mind, let's just do the Twitch thing, you know, because games, and it's been fantastic ever since. As you very well might know, Twitch is a massive, massive company, media conglomerate at this point. But I digress. So, I have seen people go from absolutely nothing to massive audiences just waiting for them to go online. You go online, you got 1,000 people already there because they're waiting. They're laying in wait for you to go online. And I've seen small channels not manage to do much and get a little bit of a following and then curl up and die and get horribly depressed and just having troubles maintaining the will to come back every single day, because that every single day is the point. The consistency is one of the most important features. No matter if you're small or big, the only way that you're ever going to build a community is streaming every single day on a freaking schedule for a good amount of time, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours every single day, or 6 days a week. And the channels that succeed do this always, and the channels that don't succeed also do this. But it's heartbreaking to see that, spending all of their time there and not managing to build a community around them. And when I say succeed, I'm going to be very blunt here. It's about managing to make a living out of that, which is making money coming from subscriptions and donations and other stuff, maybe Patreons or stuff like that, because that's what we're talking about here. Eventually, you got to make a living. You know, me as well, I'm working on freelance projects, and I need to put food on the table. Luckily, it's just for myself. I don't have a family or anything. I'm just putting food on the table for myself, but I need to eat. I like eating. So the question is, in general, well, specifically, should I do it? But in general, should people stream, and is it a viable kind of thing? And this is why it's so interesting to me, because I've been trying to think, first of all, whether I should do it, but what is the criteria to actually doing this, and what do you need to succeed? So I've said one of them is consistency. You have to be consistent. More than anything else, you have to be consistent. You want to have as many channels as possible in terms of Twitter and opening a Discord server for your place. There's so many features and things that you could do on Twitch these days that I'm not going to go into all these features and stuff. It doesn't really matter. In terms of what games you play, anything can really work. I've seen a lot of the bigger channels is usually start from speedrunning. I mean, the things on Twitch are variety streaming, speedrunning, and esports. Those are the big three. If there are other stuff, but those are really the big three that we're talking about. Not going to talk about esports. I've done esports specifically in the past, but I'm not talking about that right now. I'm talking about variety streaming, having a chill stream. playing some games, talking to some people, having a community, having fun. That's what I'm talking about. Speedrunning, and speedrunning usually goes into, not always, but usually goes into variety streaming eventually if the stream gets big enough for people who really stream like 8 freaking hours a day. So I've seen people play all kinds of different types of games, and I've also seen it's not a factor of what you play. It's not really a factor of what the personality that you have, because I've seen the nicest people in the goddamn universe and complete assholes succeed, you know? And it doesn't really matter where you are or who you are. Both of those things work for different audiences, and you can find a community. You can always find a community of people. So personality doesn't really matter. The question is, what does? We know that consistency does, but how did you actually do these things? What do you think are the factors that help you come up in that is really, really interesting to me, because again, I've been following this and different channels and for such a long time, and I don't know. I don't have a great answer. I've got a bunch of parts of the puzzle, but it's not a clear picture. And it's always, again, I'm always thinking about what kind of projects I want to do. And sometimes it's difficult to keep focus on specific things when I put my time into multiple things, when I have the time to do so and not a full-time job. And should I stream for hours a day? Like every day? And it's not easy to do. It's really, really not easy to do. Again, especially if you fail, fail. That's the thing. It doesn't feel like somebody like failing. It's kind of random luck. You know, if somebody giant hosts you, that could be it. You're just done. That's it. And you keep 1% of the people that were on that channel, you keep them as community that stay with you, because that tapers off very quickly. You keep like 1, 2, 5% of those people, then suddenly you have 100 people on your channel, and that could already be the start of building a bigger community. All those things are possible. And I'm really interested in this. This is such a, obviously nobody knows. If anybody knew, then that would be cracking the code. It's like saying if anybody knew how to make a viral video, there's a lot of things, but eventually it does come down to luck and putting a lot of money into just the social outreach and stuff like that. One of the things that I suck at, undoubtedly, like I'm a good game developer in a lot of fields, but this is not one of them, okay? I have experience, I'm a good coder, I won't say I'm an amazing coder. I have experience as a game designer, as a coder. There's a lot of things that I know and that I could do professionally. Marketing is not one of them. I do not know how to get an outreach. Check out this YouTube channel as an example. This YouTube channel has been in existence for about 5 years. I have done so many different things on this YouTube channel, and it has 1.5K subscribers. That's not a lot, all right? I don't really mind that as much. I enjoy the fact that if I make a video and 30 people watch it, if 10 people watch it, and one of them commented, I'm happy, you know, because somebody sat down and actually watched it and enjoyed it. It was productive for someone. That's really all I care about. In my life, generally, in every one of these endeavors that I've done ever, my point is to create interesting experiences for other people to enjoy. If you are enjoying watching this video, me rambling on for almost eight something minutes, I'm already happy, you know? And if we can create discussion around it, create community around it, that is fantastic. That is a dream for me. And it has never really blown up or happened for me because I have no idea how to do that. I just don't know. I don't think anybody knows. But if 10 people watch it, that's good enough for me. The question is, in terms of specifically Twitch, what do you think about that? How have you seen people come up from scratch? Have you been there when there were nothing? How did you get introduced to specific channels that are tiny or big or whatever it is? Do you put money into this? Do you spend a lot of time on this? These are really interesting questions that I sometimes talk to people and I really want to know. And should I stream for 4 hours a day? Do you want to watch me ramble on even more? I don't know. And again, it's very difficult for me to do that in all kinds of terms. I am working on other stuff that I do have to put time into. You know, you could go for 6 months without making a dime and then maybe making a little bit of money, which I will probably need to make more from. Important thing. I am talking about the money here because I want to be real here. There is the point about the money. A lot of people will come back and say, it's just the passion. It's just the passion. And let me tell you, I like video games. All right? Like, I'm passionate about this. Trust me. And in terms of playing for 4, 5, 6 hours a day, I already do that. I play video games all the time. It might not be continuous because I play a lot of multiplayer, short session kind of games. For example, Battlerite, Dota, Duelist right now. Those are games that interest me and that I play with. Duelist is a card game. Battlerite is a small game. You know, I play that and I can play it for a few matches for 30 minutes and then I go back to working or doing other stuff. Yeah, I could condense this probably into just like the 4 hours chunk and stream that. I could do that. Why don't I? Because it's not easy to do still. And for me specifically, sitting down 4 hours a day for 4 hours without moving kind of is physically kind of impossible, painful. I physically can't do that. But yeah, I've always think about it. I always think about it. Maybe I should. Maybe I can. And that is, and I never know if I should try and if I should do that. Yeah, so let me know what you think. I've been rambling for over 10 minutes. I'm really sorry that it's over 10 minutes. Watch this, I say at the end of the video, watch this at 1.225 speed, so it's not that, goes back faster. And please, just send it to people that also watch Twitch and let me know what they think. I really want to know, okay? Thank you so much for watching. I sometimes make vlogs as well, apparently. Again, I haven't made a vlog in such a long freaking time. I just played video games right now. I'm playing Alice right now. American McGee's. It's pretty good. Now I'm really rambling. I'm sorry. Thanks for watching. Cheers.